What's up guys, Aroneous here with another Raid Shadow Legends video. This video I'm going to be going over Nightmare campaign, specifically 12-7 against that Mortu Macabre and how you can cheese it easily. This is not something that's new, this is something that's been around for a long time now, for multiple years that is, since the game's even honestly been almost released, but at least 2 to 3 years it's been around. But if you haven't seen videos like this, then stay tuned. I'm going to walk you through how to beat Stage 12 of Nightmare and how to cheese it with these two really good champions. So if you don't already know this, which you probably will already know this for most of you, but if you're just new and you're kind of progressing through the game and you're stuck on this stage on Brutal 12-7 or Nightmare specifically 12-7 and you're trying to beat that stage and that Mortu Macabre keeps on slinging his massive ability, and that was a little bit wrong, but hey, don't be perverted. Anyways, so basically he keeps chucking the heavy hitting ability at you, which ignores block damage, I believe, ignores defense 100%. Let's see, where is he at? Where is he at? He's not here. He's on demon spawns. So Mortu Macabre's Fiery Rage, not that one. Peril. So this is the ability that's crazy. Attacks one enemy 2 times, ignores shield and block damage buffs as well as 100% of defense. Enemies killed by this cannot be revived. So the percentage chance of this occurring is based off his Fiery Rage passive. So he has a 20% chance to unlock a secret skill, Peril, for 1 turn when attacked. Also has a 20% chance to fill this champion's turn meter by 25%. So pretty crazy. I feel like against the Waves PvE, this guy's chance is like 90%. That's what it feels like. I don't know the exact numbers per se. If you guys do know, leave it in the comments down below. But the two champions are Paragon and my favorite, old but gold, Tayrel. So Tayrel, I'm going to show you him now and what I gear him in. Now I do highly recommend that you bring in a decreased defense, decrease attack champion, maybe even a champion with decreased speed or turn meter, because that's going to help keep those enemies at bay from utilizing their heavy hitting abilities, especially when you get to that last wave with Krutraxa, who ends up removing debuffs on her A1, I believe, and then does a heavy hitting ability right afterwards. So you got to be careful against her. You also got to be really careful against that Void champion as well, the brother of the blood twin there. What's his name? Let me showcase him real quick. Also in Demon Spawn, I believe. This guy right here, Inithwi Blood Twin. Every single one of his abilities, if they kill you, it's a block revive. So you got to be careful with Inithwi as well. So putting a decreased attack on him is going to be extremely helpful. Putting a decreased attack on Krutraxa is going to be extremely helpful, and also on Mortu Macabre or any other waves in general, because their damage is based on attack. So the reason why Tayrel is insane and that people don't really talk about him, honestly, he's a little bit underrated champion, is because he's just an older champion. There's other champions you can utilize this in this day and age of Raid, that the game has progressed so far that there's so many other champions out there that you can use. So he does have a Humble on the A1, which does a decrease attack, book it up to 50%. Fantastic. It's a 2 times chance to do it, right? So even at 40% chance, it's very viable. I do highly recommend booking Tayrel out if you want to have a much quicker, much more efficient RNG run. On his A2, the Singing Steel has a 100% chance of placing a decreased defense for 2 turns, and if the target is under a decreased attack debuff, he'll place a sleep debuff for 1 turn, and the damage inflicted is proportional to defense. That's the other reason why he's such a good champion, is because he's defense based, he's tanky, he's going to be able to absorb those hits, and he's going to be able to survive. And he hits really hard as well. On his A3 Preemptive Strike, even better. You know, he's got the decreased target's turn meter by 50%. If it fully depletes their turn meter, it places a stun for 2 turns, which is phenomenal, especially against the waves. And then also, allied defense in all battles. That makes him viable pretty much anywhere across the board. Dungeons, Doom Tower wave progressions, helping with dropping decreased defense in those Arena battles, you can make him go second. You could also put him on defense in arena. You can place him pretty much anywhere in the game. Again, there are other champions that are a little bit better than him, but he has good reviews. Look at these reviews. Ridiculous, right? And it's true. He does have good reviews. I don't have him fully mastered. This is the tree that I went with. I did go with Whirlwind of Death, so when he gets some kills, he's going to go a little bit faster, which is going to be helpful. And then I went with War Master, which is going to do more damage. I went with Accuracy here, and I went with Lore of Steel for more speed, and then Master Hexer to extend those debuffs. Very, very important to have that on him, honestly, anywhere in the game. You can go with other masteries if you'd like. You don't have to copy what I show you. Now for Paragon. Honestly, Paragon can be rank 4, level 40. He could even be rank 3 potentially. You just need the speeds on him and maybe a little bit of resistance. Having that resistance on him is going to help him to survive, and so that he doesn't get the unkillable buff stripped from him from Krutraxa or from potentially Mortu Macabre. So where is he at? Here he is. So I have mine at rank 5, level 50, no masteries whatsoever. I've never booked his masteries. But I did book him out because you want to get this damage control down to a 2-turn cooldown so that he's always able to get that unkillable on himself. And then he doesn't have boots on and he doesn't have a helmet on. He has pretty weak gear on my account. This is very low level gear that I've had on him forever. 151 speed, that's all you need. His resistance is only 145, and you're going to see he's going to resist sometimes. There is a 3% chance that you don't resist, and unfortunately, that unkillable buff gets stripped, and you might die. It is what it is. You might have to rerun it. It's only about a 5 to 7 minute battle. It could be less if you're faster at clicking, on the different champions and attacking faster, placing the unkillable faster. I don't know if it's viable to go full auto. I don't believe it is, but because the reason why is he might place that unkillable on Tayrel instead of himself, which could end up ruining the run. So you want to make sure you're manualing it and making sure that he doesn't place that unkillable on Tayrel, but rather on himself. So the other thing is that's really important is make sure that your Tayrel or your champion that you're utilizing to do the damage is in a lifesteal or a heavy regeneration set. Preferably you want to put him in lifesteal, or you can put him in the new gear here. Where is it? Bloodthirst. So Bloodthirst, which you can farm from the Eternal Dragon, I believe. And if you can beat normal Doom Tower and just farm Eternal Dragon, 12% crit rate plus 30% damage dealt for healing. Sorry, heals by 30% of the damage dealt. So that crit rate is going to be super helpful to be able to get the crit cap and have more damage on your champions. This wasn't around 2 years ago when I beat this, okay? Now, if I wanted to build it, obviously I don't have the 6-star gear pieces, but if I wanted to build a whole set like this, it would be a lot better for my account. But I'm just not working on that at this time. So the other thing is you want to make sure that Tayrel's HP is much higher, or any champion that you utilize as an attack-based champion, but I highly recommend a defense-based champion that has drop defense, drop attack, or even also a turn meter reduction. But make sure their HP is much higher than Paragon's. So mine's at about 40k HP, so you're going to see that that's about 25,000 higher than Paragon's. If it's lower than like 20k difference, then unfortunately you're going to get targeted. So for example, I tried to use it with this guy here, Gaius the Gleeful, and it's only a 15k difference. It's not going to work because he gets targeted due to his HP. If his HP was at about 40 to 45k, then he wouldn't get targeted so much. So for example, if I switch this attack banner over to an HP banner and I got his HP to around 40k, more than likely he's not going to be targeted because he's also a magic affinity champion, same as Tayrel. The only difference is he does not place decreased defense or decreased attack, but he will place those bombs, which helps kill all those enemies pretty fast. He also has an increased ally attack in all battles by 25%, and for bomb champions makes the bombs a lot stronger. I wish he did have a weaken on his ability, but he doesn't. It's kind of frustrating, but it is what it is. Another champion that you can utilize, by the way, is an Orc champion, and you might know it before I even click it. Let's see. He's an epic base champion, and his name is Duke the Pierced. This guy's an insane champion as well. Again, another champion that's magic, right? So you want to go with magic affinity because Mortu Macabre is spirit affinity, and magic is going to have the upper hand. And more than likely, you're not going to get targeted as often simply because of the fact that your affinity outranks that spirit affinity. So he has a decreased accuracy, which is actually really, really good against Krutraxa and other champions, same as Mortu Macabre, so he's not stealing that unkillable. He's got the decreased defense and decreased attack on all enemies on a 3-turn if you book him out. Unfortunately, I haven't built him out yet. And then he's got the provoke and places an unkillable. So he does 75% chance of placing a provoke for 1 turn on random enemies. So you want to be careful with that, because you don't want to use that against the boss, because not the boss specifically, but Krutraxa and the side minion and Ithwi. But you can do it against the waves as long as he's buff enough. He does have a much higher scaling defense, I believe, than Tayrel. I'll double check that. So 15k HP, 13,000, almost 14,000 defense. Places a reflect damage buff on this champion and an unkillable on this champion for 1 turn. So if for some reason you go up against Mortu and he happens to target him and you placed this ability, he's not going to die. So even if you did do the provoke, honestly, it probably would be fine, because the provoke is, well, it's 2 turns. So you want to be careful with the provoke. 2 turns provoke, only 1 turn unkillable. But I'm pretty sure it would work just fine. There's other champions as well. Leave in the comments down below if you have other champions that work. But I'm going to go ahead and take you right in. I'm on Nightmare, as you can see. Let me move out of the way here. So you can see in the corner, I'm on Nightmare. And I'm going to go all the way to Brimstone Path, Stage 7. So I do also, notice he's in the lead. Tayrel is in the lead, and he has the increased defense in all battles by 25%. So, and then, of course, Paragon's just slotted in there. Alright, so we're just going to go right into it here. And we're just going to go right off with the A2. Boom, we're going to place the unkillable. And you got to really pay attention here, or else you will lose, because you might accidentally click the wrong button, use the wrong move. I've done that many times before. And we're going to keep doing this. A1, unkillable. And this is it. This is all you need to do. Place those decreased attacks wherever you can with Tayrel, because when he gets around to his A2 ability, boom, sleep, lost a turn. Okay, and then right afterwards, boom, decrease there, turn meter, put the damage control on again. Let's place a decrease attack here in case he attacks. But it doesn't really matter anyways. It's really more so for placing those sleeps on the A2 with Tayrel. Let's see how it's going so far. Let's place a decrease attack over here. Boom, damage control. Let's put him to sleep. There you go. Put him to sleep as well. Let's go ahead and take this one out. Okay, we're almost there. See if we can take him out. Not quite. So if I had more damage on my Tayrel, then I would be able to go a little bit faster here. That goes for anybody out there trying to do this cheese ability. Alright, so decreased defense again. We're going to go ahead and make sure we place that damage control. Boom, we're going to turn back his turn meter because he hits really hard. He does a weak hit because he's weak affinity. And we're going to go ahead and decrease attack here. Attack this one. Got 1 turn left here on the unkillable. Place a decrease attack over here as well. Okay, we're doing okay so far. We're going to go ahead and place that unkillable again. And let's go ahead and sleep these two. Well, at least one of them's dead, one of them slept. There's a decrease attack from our Paragon as well, and he has very, very low accuracy too. So you don't really need a lot of stats on campaign to be honest with you. You need like maybe 200 accuracy in order to land abilities on campaign. So we're going to go ahead and place that unkillable again. Alright, let's A1 on this one. One more turn with the unkillable. Alright, we're almost to the boss here. Boom, they're dead. Let's go again. Place that unkillable for safe measures, because I don't think Tayrel has the damage to be able to take out this guy. Boom, boom. And we are good to go. Make sure that you pay attention too, because you want to make sure he has one turn and then takes another turn if possible, so that he has his unkillable ready to go when he's going against Mortu Macabre here. First thing I lead off with is the decreased defense. Boom, place that unkillable. And we're going to go ahead and hit Krutraxa, because we got to be careful of her ability to strip his buffs. We're going to try to decrease their attack. Decrease Krutraxa's attack. Well, turn meter got decreased. Alright, we resisted. You saw that we resisted, and we only have around 150 resistance on my Paragon. So that's not bad. Go ahead over here, make sure you place that unkillable again. Boom, triple hit. He would have been dead without that unkillable, man. Boom, slept the Anithwi. Let's go ahead and go after Krutraxa. Let's go after Krutraxa again. She's down. Let's go after him. Alright, we're soaking up the damage just fine on Nightmare. Here we go. Let's go ahead and place decrease attack. Nice. Again, we're landing abilities, and we don't have high accuracy, we don't have high resistance on our Paragon, and this is a piece of cake, guys. To be honest with you, I wish they could build in a new Nightmare, or a new maybe Hell Mode campaign would be really cool, or just expand campaign, make it bigger, make it broader, something like that, or make it crazy. They can do it, they have the resources to do it. I just don't think that's what they're focusing on. Boom, boom, there's the Peril ability right there. Okay, let's go ahead and place that unkillable, and I think we're going to beat this in about less than 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Boom. Boom. And there you go. That's it. So we have done it. Tayrel with 1.1 million damage, plenty of healing from that lifesteal Paragon. No healing. He's got the shield going on, and 65,000 damage from Paragon. He's not there for damage. He's just there for protection. He's just helping us out. Again, like I said, he doesn't have any gear. Take a look at his stats again. 145 resistance, not even 150 like I mentioned. 99 accuracy, and he's landing his abilities with 99 accuracy on Nightmare campaign. So there you go. 15k HP. I would roughly go for that. If you can get it even lower than that, then shoot for as low as possible on the HP. So this is his best piece of gear right here, I would say, with the defense. I have the defense on him. It's just to be a little tanky. God forbid that unkillable gets taken off of him during the fight. That's the reason why I have the defense gauntlet. So like I said, we're in Nightmare right here in the corner. I showcased that to you already, and we beat Brimstone Path in 5 minutes and about 7 seconds or so there. So the fastest time I've had is 4 minutes and 52 seconds with the cheese, but I'm sure I could go faster if I just slap in 4 champions that are really overpowered at this point on my account, and I would win with no problem. That's going to be it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Peace.